Dear students, in today's session, we are going to discuss topics which are related to valley curves, the concept of valley curve, then what are the types which have been included in valley curves, and the important points to be kept in mind while designing the valley curve. We have already discussed that there are two types of curve, horizontal curve and vertical curve. Vertical curve can be divided into two types. First is summit curves and second is valley curves. We have learnt about the summit curves. Now we will be discussing about the valley curves in this session. So let us discuss about the valley curves. The valley curves are also known as sag curves. These curves are having convexity downwards direction. Convexity is provided in the downward direction, such as if this kind of road is there and this kind of slope is provided, then we can observe that the convexity over here is provided in the downward direction. This is the downward direction. So this is what is called as the valley curve. Now let us discuss about the types of valley curve. The types of valley curves can be divided into four major categories. First is when the descending gradient meets the descending gradient. Let us take this is the first gradient. It is in this descending direction, so it is called as minus n1. And if this minus n1, which is the descending gradient, meets another gradient which is also in the descending direction, which is minus n2, so this particular kind of gradient is known as the curve which is going to be provided is known as valley curve. And the equation for this, what I can say, this is called as n, and n means deviation angle. This equation for deviation angle in this particular criteria is minus n1 minus n2, so it will be minus n1 plus n2. This n stands for deviation angle, which is this angle. Now the another criteria is when the descending gradient meets flat gradient. So let us take this is the first descending gradient, which is minus n1, and if this gradient meets one of the flat gradients, which is this n2, in such case this value of n2 will be 0, as we can see that this is the flatter gradient, and the equation for this deviation angle n will be minus n1, because it will be minus n1 minus n2 here, and the value of n2 is 0, so it will be n is equal to minus n1 minus 0, so it will be minus n1. So this is the second category or second type of valley curve. Now the third kind of valley curve is when the descending gradient meets an ascending gradient. Let us take this is an descending gradient, and if this kind of gradient meets this kind of ascending gradient, we can see that this is in the ascending direction, so we have taken the sign of plus, and if it is provided like this, so this particular angle, deviation angle, will be calculated with the help of this equation, which is n1 plus n2. The sign which will be provided after side of the bracket will be minus. So the equation when the descending gradient meets ascending gradient will be minus in bracket n1 plus n2. And the last type about valley curve is that when an ascending gradient meets an ascending gradient. Now how does it occur? It occurs like this. Let us take this is an ascending gradient which is having plus n1, then it meets another ascending gradient which is known as plus n2. So this angle, which is the deviation angle, will have the equation of n2 minus n1. So this is how four categories of valley curves can be understood. The first category, second category, third category, and fourth category. All the categories are related with ascending and descending gradient criteria. The first category that we have learned upon is descending gradient meets descending gradient, in which the equation for deviation angle, which is this n, will be minus n1 plus n2. When the descending gradient meets flat gradient, in such case the value of n2 will be 0. So the descending gradient, when the it will meet flat gradient, the equation of this particular deviation angle equation will be minus n1. If a descending gradient meets ascending gradient, the equation for that will be minus n1 plus l2. And the fourth category is when ascending gradient meets ascending gradient, it will be like this. And the value of n over here, which is deviation angle, will be calculated on the base of n2 minus n1. So we have learned about what is exactly the valley curve and what are the types of valley curve. Now let us learn about the criteria or the points which are required to be kept in mind while designing the valley gradient. There are two criteria that needs to be considered while designing the valley gradient. First is the comfortability and second is the headlight sight distance. Now, how can we understand the concept of comfortability? Let us take an example that if a flatter region of road is provided over here and if the valley is provided like this, what happens when the vehicle travels from here to here? It has to counteract this slope and it will cause jerk to the passenger, and ultimately it is one of the uncomfortable criteria. So what to be done? What one should do to avoid this jerk? In order to avoid this jerk, cubic parabola is provided. Now the cubic parabola will be like this. So you can observe over here, this is cubic parabola, that here the smoothing of the gradient is provided. So the category or criteria of jerk will be reduced. So based on comfortability, the equation of L is 2 in bracket nv cube divided by c raised to 1 by 2. Here m means deviation angle, c means the allowable rate of change of centrifugal acceleration, and v will be the speed. So based on comfortability, the equation to calculate the length of valley curve is this. It is 2 in bracket n v cube divided by c bracket completed raised to 1 by 2. Here the small v represents the speed in meter per second. Now the another criteria is about the headlight sight distance. Now let us understand this concept. Let us understand with this example that a vehicle is travel from over here from here and it goes from this direction. So while running through this type of road, the driver will be able to see only that part of road which will be visible through the headlights provided. So if the driver is traveling over this road, he will be able to see only this much amount of road with help of these headlights. Now this angle which is provided over here is called as alpha and it is 1 degree, and this is IRC criteria. So this can be divided into two categories. where the L is greater than stopping side distance and L is less than stopping side distance. Now we need to calculate the length of valley curve. So the length of valley curve will be this point to this point. Not it is not this point. So this is total L. The headlight side distance can be divided into two categories. First is about where the L is more than stopping side distance. In such case, the equation is L equals to ns square by 2 in bracket h plus s tan alpha. Now here the L is the length of valley curve in meter, S is the SSD in meter, N is the deviation angle. The value of small h is taken as 0.75 meter. Now what is this? So this 0.75 meter is the distance of headlight from the ground surface. It is this distance. It is 0.75 meter. And alpha is considered as 1 degree. If we substitute this value, then the final equation will be L equals to ns square divided by 1.5 plus 0.035 s. So this is the equation where the length of valley curve is more than SSD. This is the final equation where L is more than SSD. Now the another criteria is where the L is less than SSD. In such case, the equation for L is 2s minus 2h plus 2s tan alpha divided by n. If we put the value of h equals to 0.75, which is the IRC criteria, which is the height of headlight of the vehicle from the ground surface. And if we take alpha is equal to 1 degree and substitute the values, the final equation of L will be, L is equal to 2s minus 1.5 plus 0.035 s divided by capital N. So this is the final equation where the criteria of L less than SSD is considered. I hope you have gone through the session very thoroughly and attentively. Thank you so much for paying the attention.